Good morning everybody, welcome back to another video on my channel. It is about 5:10 in the morning and we are heading to Wesko today, so let's get into it. A pretty early alarm, but we have got such a super exciting weekend lined up. Today is a Friday, so it's a long weekend for us. I'm heading down to Aston-le-Walls to the Wesko Young Eventers Pathway. This is the second in-person training day we've had. We've also had 2 webinars, and today we are going to be able to have a cross-country lesson with the one and only Nicola Wilson, which I'm so excited about. She seems such a lovely lady, also an inspiration with obviously everything she's been through in this last year, and yet she's already out and about competing. So yeah, super exciting. We need to leave around about 6:30. The horse lorry is packed. The horses are all like moved about and prepped, because after we've had our lesson with Nicola, I do need to do a Pilates session as part of Wesko, and then we are heading in the lorry, and we're not heading home. We are heading even further down, sort of south and across, to Hartpury College in Gloucestershire, because tomorrow Maggie and I have our BD Winter National Championships. So we are competing there tomorrow, and then we can come home. So Maggie's off backpacking today. So in the meantime, I need to get packed and I need a shower, and then I need to go and get Maggie ready. So we've got about an hour and a half until we get out. And my little dog Loki is not impressed at the early alarm. Is that a hard life, buddy? You're not talking to me. Oh. Let's get packed. Hello, I'm all showered and fresh. On the way to go fetch Miss Maggie. This weather isn't as bad as it's been forecast so far, so I'm hoping it stays a bit like this and doesn't get worse. Sorry about the wind. Ooh, windy, because I'm leaving the boys out to make it easier for lovely Liz, who's looking after them, particularly as Flint hasn't been in a stable for over a year, so I just won't worry about them as much out. Grassy enough. Morning, munchkins. You wouldn't believe it's midway through April, huh? Good eggs. Just popped Maggie's head collar on, and I'm going to move the boys across so that they're next door to Titan, and I'm hoping I can catch Maggie after moving them, because it might be a bit exciting, but fingers crossed they behave. Come on, Flinty babe. to the lorry, quickly pop Maggie in, and then we'll go. I'll groom her once we're there. So obviously last time we went to Wesko we took Donut as well, and I would have loved to do that. We had the option to do that, but because we're heading straight off to Hartpury afterwards for Maggie to compete, she can get a little bit distracted when he's out and about, and they do need to get used to getting to competing together. But by the same token, I don't really want to do that first practice at nationals, national championships. I don't think that's a wise time to have a go. So we're just taking Maggie, and like I say, we're going for a cross-country lesson with Nicola Wilson. So do you know how exciting this is? This is ahead cross-country. That sounds good to me. Okay, well, we're here. Miss Maggie is having a little bit of broccolini. It's about 9:30. We're on at 11, so I've just made her a small feed just so that she's had some breakfast, and I'm going to set to on tidying up her mane so we look nice and smart, and then I'm going to clean some tack. Basically, because we've got to have our lesson and then we're going straight on to Hartpury, so we've travelled 2 hours this morning, and then we're going to, I think it's probably another 2 hours to get to Hartpury. So we're wanting to give her lots of break time because she's on at 8:04 in the morning for nationals, so I need her to be lovely and fresh and ready to go. So we've planned in plenty of little feeds and plenty of loves. It's just nice to be a bit more relaxed rather than get here, get on and go. So I'm going to do a bit of mane tidying now, I think. Okay, so this is the before. Can you tell I just chopped it off when I plaited it at Norton? So I've got some work to do. You're a good girl, enjoying your tendons. Got a bit of your horse age in there. Good girlie. Hello, beautiful. Right then, we've called it a day with the mane. You can't see because she's dark and it's bright behind her, but good girlie. But I can always do a bit later on. Hi boys. We're now on to a bit of tack cleaning. I want it nice and smart. My new favourite thing, by the way, not for the tack cleaning, for grooming Maggie, one of these tiger sponges. I know everybody's been raving about them for ages. I have only just clocked on to the amazingness. So Maggie's been getting a brush with it, and both she and Titan like it, and say they don't really like brushes because, I don't know, the drama queens, I guess. But they love that. So anyway, on to cleaning some tack, and then I think we'll be tacking up.
She goes her own way, like I don't give a damn girl, and my God, she owns it. So many heartbreaks, goes back to 2014, and I think that she knows it. And if you've seen her, I know that you would believe it, 'cause I know that you'd want her to. Yeah, I do. Everyone's taking their shot, but missing out on the cut. I think she knows that. She drives them crazy when she's looking like that. The way she's moving makes them want it so bad. It's the attention that we wish that we had. Yeah, it's almost cruel, 'cause I want her to. Oh yeah, I'm running in circles just to make her react. My heart is racing, yeah, I want her so bad. I wanna kiss her, but I know for a fact that she's way too cool. But I
Okay then, Mum was stood close enough to Nicola to hear what she was saying most of the time, so you'll get to hear the lesson firsthand instead of me voicing over it. So just for the initial chat that isn't caught on video, we spoke through the horses and what they'd been up to, and then Nicola was telling us, you know, for her main training principles are making sure that the horse is in balance and confident, and basically then that we're slipping our reins and putting them in a good spot that they can do the job, and that the confidence is key really. So with that in mind, we warmed up over literally the teeniest tiniest fences around the course at Aston, and then we steadily built them up, and then the whole session Nicola was sort of making little courses for us so that we could really get into the practice of getting in a flow, which was really fantastic. Right, I'll let you enjoy.
And then revisit that step, the ditch once more, I'd say, whilst we're training. Give her the opportunity. As we said before, make sure your eyes are up, you're looking up, slip the feed the rein out. Good, that's it, and then to your water. Rebalance her, rebalance. Good. You could just slip your reins a little bit more as you go down that slope there, Evie. And just, you know, you want to have the feeling that you're rebalancing her down the hill, but feed the rein out like we talked about a moment at a time. Just turn a big circle. As we're going right-handed, do that box behind you that's got blue on top. Yeah. Yeah, followed by the shoulder brush. Okay. There we go, let's just add to it.
That's not fair, changing the course.
Making it interesting. And then sit up, look after, collect the canter through this tight turn. Good. And move up the hill. Good. Lovely, well done. Really good. Really good. No, you haven't. We're all checking where she's looking. Is she riding through the outside rein on both legs?
Am I adding one on?
Yeah.
Yeah, the sort of like arrowhead one.
Yeah, the arrowhead brush.
So add that in.
After each trainer.
You now jump in the trainer.
Yeah, and then add that in.
And then go back to the other side and over the section.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Done everything.
There we go, and that is our session. So you can see how Nicola was just making little tweaks. I really liked how she was getting me to be prepared and just let my reins out when we had things like a slope or whatever, so I could keep my body in the position it needed to be in, while Maggie could let her head and neck out to have a bit of a look. I was so thrilled with how Maggie went. She was so switched on to what she was doing, where she was going. It felt like there was nothing there that she couldn't jump, which was wonderful. The only thing she was slightly sticky with was the ditch at the top of that slope. But if we were in competition, you saw how she jumped it. She wouldn't have been given a refusal. She just stepped to the side, then jumped. And the step into the water, she sort of did the same, a little bit of a wiggle. So Nicola let me go and just jump her down that a few more times while everybody else was schooling round, which was really useful. I found those ditches and the chicana on the top of the slope, I thought they were quite daunting, but the horses all coped with them really, really well. And she was straight as a die to any skinnies. There was honestly nothing that I felt worried about jumping. I did ask Nicola, the arrowhead after the slope down where the ditches and the chicanas are, you can't see it from where Mum was stood, but it was really, really long to the base point, and I said that they are the only like optically illusionally type fences that I don't like. I know Maggie would jump it if we put her at it, but she can also be a bit chicken, so I have to make sure that I'm committed to come to a fence. So I was just saying, any tips, and she was basically like, be confident, your mare will jump it, basically. So I've since been home and simulated sort of the arrowhead type fence and started pulling out the narrow base of it, and I'm going to keep doing that until I feel really brave, and then I'll go and tackle some of the big boy arrowheads that you start jumping out on the big tracks. But I really couldn't have asked more from her. Nicola thought I was doing the right thing, entering her in more novices. She did mention that it would be useful to drop down to 100 if I ever felt that we needed a confidence boost, and not to be afraid of doing that. So I found it really, really useful advice, and we had such a great time. The other two people in the group, the grey is Tyler and the bay horse is Sophie riding it, and yeah, it was super.
Skinny jeans and tattoos on both her ankles. 21 pilot t-shirt. That's the stuff. Goddamn, she's so fly. Knows how to write a good song. At least better than this. 'Cause if you've seen her, I know that you would believe it. 'Cause I know that you'd want her to. Yeah, I do.
Right then, that's our cross-country lesson then. I am buzzing. That was so fun. And I'm just heading across now to the clubhouse in my sportswear because we are doing Pilates next, which should be interesting. I like Pilates. I used to do it when I was on scholarship at uni, and I want to pick it back up again. I prefer going to a class, and it's just finding the time to do that. But anyway, let's go and see how it is. Pilates was fantastic. It was like no other session I've ever done before. It was completely rider specific, and there was so many interesting bits, like even from like if this nice clean hand, I've just filled up with fuel. Even thinking like your toe being poked in is not where it wants to be. We want to strengthen it to be out a little bit. So yeah, we had this hour-long session about intricacies of our body, which was brilliant. And yeah, now as you can tell, we're in the lorry. We're not on our way home, we're now on our way to Hartpury, ready for BD Nationals. So I am going to say thank you so much for watching, and tune in to see how we get on tomorrow.
Over.
Say bye, Mum.
Bye.
Come on and give it a shot, but you'll be missing the cut. I think she knows that. She drives him crazy when she's looking like that. The way she's moving makes him want it so bad. Gets the attention that we wish that we had. Yeah, it's almost cruel, 'cause I want